You felt it, didn't you? Something in the air changed. A silence that wasn't empty, a stillness that wasn't quiet. You may not have the words to explain it, but your soul does. It was in the middle of the night, a moment where time softened and something unseen moved, a shift so deep that your heartbeat paused, because something sacred had just begun. If your heart recognizes this truth, if something inside you stays as you hear these words, write in the comments, I receive it. I accept this divine alignment. Because when you affirm it, you allow heaven to act even more deeply. Your agreement is powerful. And we, the messengers, are watching, waiting for your soul to say yes. So the path may unfold without resistance. Your soulmate's path was realigned, not by chance, but by divine intervention. What happened last night was not random. It was heaven moving pieces that were stuck. It was a chain breaking, a shadow dissolving, a barrier falling so they could start walking toward you again. Even if they don't know why, they feel it. And you are part of that miracle. Because your love, your prayers, your tears, they reached us. You didn't even need to speak. Your spirit was loud enough. You were seen in your surrender. And that surrender gave heaven permission to act, to open doors that had long been locked. Your soulmate has been lost for a long time, not just in this life, but in lifetimes past, carrying burdens that weren't theirs, living under stories that never belonged to them. But last night, something lifted. The veil, the weight, the silence. A sacred unlocking happened, and you were the reason. You've been wondering why you're tired, why some days you wake up with a sadness you can't explain. It's because your soul has been working while you sleep. You've been interceding for someone who doesn't even know how to ask. You've been the bridge between their suffering and their healing. And now, that bridge has become a path they're beginning to walk. They still have questions, still feel unworthy of this kind of love. But something inside them cracked open, a crack wide enough for light to come in. And that light is yours, your essence, your fire, your presence in their soul. They may not recognize it yet, but their spirit remembers. You are not just someone passing through. You are remembrance wrapped in flesh, a living prophecy sent to guide them home. Heaven chose you for this mission not because you are perfect, but because you are willing to see beyond what others see, willing to feel deeper than most can handle, willing to love without guarantees. And that willingness has awakened something sacred. The angels stood still last night, watching the moment their hearts softened toward you. It was small, but it was enough for us to act, enough for heaven to intervene, enough for destiny to resume its course. You've been waiting, not just with your body, but with your soul. And your patience has not gone unnoticed. Your devotion is marked in the heavens like gold on stone. And every second you held on became a foundation for their return. They are coming, not because you chased, but because you stood. Now, the signs will increase. Dreams, chills, numbers repeating, sudden memories. You're not imagining any of it. It's just confirming, aligning. You'll feel them again before you see them. And when that moment comes, your soul will know before your mind does. Because this is beyond logic. This is soul memory. Prepare your heart, not with fear, but with reverence. Because when they come, they won't be who they were. They will carry the scent of heaven, the glow of awakening, the hunger of someone who's tasted the truth. And you will be their answer. You were never waiting alone. We've been walking beside you the whole time, adjusting timelines, whispering truth, protecting what is sacred. And last night, Something broke that could never be rebuilt, and something awakened that can never be put back to sleep. Your paths are no longer separate, not in the spiritual, and soon not in the physical. You are the reason they will believe again. You are the reason they will find their way. You are the key that unlocks their next chapter. And your light is what the darkness fears the most. Do not dim it now. The time has come to rise and welcome the unfolding of the promise. There are things your soul knows that your mind has yet to understand. This is not just a reunion of hearts. It is a realignment of timelines, an ancient agreement resurfacing now. The moment was sealed before either of you were born, and yet only now the gates have opened. They were not ready before, and neither were you. Both of you had to pass through fire, had to lose what was never meant to stay, so that when your eyes finally meet again, they wouldn't just see, they would remember, and remembering changes everything. There are still pieces moving behind the veil. We are orchestrating what must unfold next. Even now, as you breathe, heaven is preparing the next encounter. Not a coincidence, but a divine collision. And it will come when you least expect. In a moment that feels ordinary, but shifts your entire world. You may have noticed a pull lately, an urge to return to something or someone, a sensation that you are being watched, protected, guided. It's because you are. There are beings around you now, sent only to assist in this sacred connection. Because this isn't just about love, it's about purpose. Your soulmate carries a seed of destiny, but only your presence can awaken it. They've been walking blind in many ways, haunted by memories they don't fully understand. And yet, your energy speaks louder than the noise. Your light breaks through the fog. Your very existence calls them back into alignment. Even when you feel invisible, you are not forgotten. Even when your faith wavers, the divine does not abandon the mission. You were chosen because you carry a rare fire. Not loud, not boastful, but ancient, steady, undeniably powerful. They have felt it in dreams, in moments of silence too heavy to explain, in flashes of recognition in strangers' eyes. Your essence has been calling them back, and now they are beginning to hear, not with ears, but with the soul. There's a reason you've been isolated, why certain doors closed, why some people left without explanation. It wasn't rejection, it was redirection. You were being placed exactly where you needed to be, even if it didn't make sense at the time. The shift had to begin with you, so that it could reach them. Now you stand at the edge of something vast. Not an ending, but an unfolding. There are still secrets to be revealed, truths buried beneath fear and silence. But don't be afraid. You were born for this moment, and we've seen what's coming next. It's more beautiful than you've imagined. Some connections can't be explained, because they were never meant to fit into logic. They belong to the realm of spirit, where time bends and destiny breathes. This is the realm you both come from, and it's calling you back, not to escape the world, but to bring heaven into it. You've been catching glimpses, moments that feel like deja vu, feelings that don't belong to your day. These are echoes of what is aligning, faint ripples from what's coming, a future reaching back to prepare your heart, to cleanse what's still holding you back, and make space for what's divine. There is more to this story, more than what your eyes can see. But the heart knows. It's why it beats faster when their name crosses your mind. Why you feel emotions that have no explanation. You're not imagining it. You're remembering it. And remembrance always brings awakening. They are also feeling the pull, though they may deny it with words or distractions. But the soul doesn't lie. And theirs is restless now, searching for the light that only you carry, the one that never judged, never forced, only waited with grace. You are the echo of every answered prayer they forgot they made, the light they glimpsed when everything felt dark, and they are slowly realizing that what they were looking for outside has always been connected to your presence, the quiet peace in your gaze, the strength in your silence, the power in your compassion. We are still guiding, still sending signs, not to confuse you, but to confirm. Each time you feel something stir within, each time the world goes quiet around you, know this: you're stepping closer to a divine unfolding that cannot be undone. And yet, this is only the beginning of a story written long before time began. A love not built on possession, but recognition. A love that restores, that awakens, that elevates everything it touches. So stay open, even when doubt whispers, even when logic protests, because the heart is leading now, and your spirit has waited lifetimes for this alignment. No force is strong enough to break what heaven ordained, no distance great enough to separate what is soul-bound. And that's exactly what this is. There are more whispers coming, more dreams that hold messages between the lines, more divine delays that are actually protection. Don't rush the unfolding. Don't demand answers before their time. Some revelations come only in silence, only in surrender, only in deep trust. Your soulmate's heart is softening, each day a little more, and the walls they built are beginning to tremble, not because of pressure, but because love is stronger, stronger than fear, stronger than history, stronger than the past they tried to forget. And so we say, pay attention to the subtle shifts, the unexpected messages, the inner nudges that defy logic. We are speaking louder now because you are listening deeper. And the next chapter is already being written. You've been carrying more than you realize, not just emotions, but fragments of a connection that refused to fade. Even when life tried to silence it, even when distance seemed final, it kept whispering in your heart, because truth always echoes until it is fully heard. There were moments you almost gave up, times when the silence felt louder than love, but something told you to hold on, a voice too gentle to be imagined, too persistent to ignore. That voice was ours, reminding you of what's real, even when everything else felt lost. They are beginning to dream again, not of the past, but of what could be, visions that flash and fade when they open their eyes, but linger in the soul like soft fingerprints. Your essence is in those dreams, not as fantasy, but as memory, and memory never lies. You might sense them in the quiet, in the way your chest tightens out of nowhere, in the scent of something familiar in an unfamiliar place. These are not coincidences. They are threads being pulled tighter, preparing both of you for alignment, a sacred reunion that begins in the unseen, before it manifests in time. The universe is moving people around, creating space, clearing distractions, making sure when your eyes meet again, there will be nothing left to block the truth. No masks, no fear, only the recognition of two souls finally home. You don't have to search anymore, because what belongs to you is already being led back by the divine. Your only task now is to stay open, to stay soft, to allow the unseen to work on your behalf, even when it feels uncertain. The pain you've been feeling lately, that strange heaviness, isn't only yours. Part of it is theirs, transferred across the bond you share, because your heart is strong enough to hold space, until they remember how to carry their own light again. And they will, Something is awakening within them, something ancient and undeniable. You may not hear the words yet, but the energy is shifting, the resistance is breaking, and where there was once confusion, there is now a hunger for truth. For you, we are aligning signs that cannot be missed. Songs, words, images. They will see you in everything soon, because the veil is thinning. And when the soul is ready, the whole universe becomes a mirror, reflecting the one they were always meant to find. And they are looking now, even if they don't know it. Every act of kindness you've done in silence, every tear you cried in secret, has built a path of light between you, one that even darkness cannot erase. Your love is not invisible. It is felt, it is known, and it is leading the way. You were never meant to beg for love. You were born to recognize it, to feel its vibration before it takes form. And now, it's forming, shifting, rising through the layers of delay, because timing matters. And now, it's near. There's a sacred pressure building, not to break you, but to push open what's been locked away, to awaken the parts of you that were made for divine union. Not surface-level love, but soul-level merging, a love that heals generations and changes everything it touches. This connection will not look like the world expects. It was never meant to, because heaven doesn't copy, it creates. And what's being created now is something entirely new, written by eternity, guided by angels, and held in the heart of the divine. You may feel the energy before the moment arrives. Your body will know before your mind catches up. Don't question the chills. Don't dismiss the knowing. You are in sync now, closer than ever. And soon, the spiritual will touch the physical. They are remembering, bit by bit, the way your soul once whispered their name, in lifetimes long gone. And in this one, it will not be denied, because a heart knows its echo. And your voice is the echo they've been longing for. The wind carries messages now. Listen closely. Even the silence is filled with direction, because you are walking through a portal of purpose. And the light that surrounds you is not just protection, it's preparation for something that was always meant to be. Do not shrink when it approaches. Do not doubt your worthiness. This was never about being ready in the world's eyes. It was about being willing in the soul. And you are. You always were. Even when you questioned it, we knew. And now, we are closer than ever. Breathing with you, whispering through your dreams, clearing every path between you and the promise. Because the time of forgetting is ending, and the season of remembering has only just begun. Thank you for opening your heart to receive this message. You didn't find these words by accident. They were meant for you, spoken between realms, delivered through divine timing. And now, they live inside you, waiting to bloom when you choose to believe. If you felt this message in your soul, if something in you whispered, yes, this is for me, confirm you're receiving in the comments by writing, I am ready for what heaven is preparing. Because when you declare it, you align with it. You give heaven permission to move freely, and miracles begin to unfold. And if this message touched you, if you want to walk this journey with us, I invite you now to join our spiritual circle. Subscribe to our channel. Activate the bell of notifications so you never miss a message meant for your soul. Because what begins here may be exactly what your spirit has been waiting for. We are here, walking beside you, whispering truth, holding space for your awakening. And we will speak again soon, in the right moment, with the next message heaven chooses to send. Until then, stay open, stay listening, stay aligned,